So let me just put my glasses on.
Yes, I have mine on.
You've got yours on. So we're
I
ready
understand
to
there
go.
are spitting snakes in this room.
There are spitting cobras, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here we are. My, look at these.
So Joe, this is an example of a spitting cobra, and it's not that important when it spits in your eye, it spits venom into your eye, if you can just irrigate that away with whatever you've got, water, milk, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then you should be fine if you can irrigate it well enough.
Right.
It's when they bite that they cause very, very extensive tissue destruction.
Oh.
And that causes the long-term disfigurement and disability. In a continent like sub-Saharan Africa, you have a lot of different snakes. So here we've got the black mamba. This is the sort of Africa's most feared snake because it can cause this paralysis within 20-30 minutes of the bite. And the paralysis is bad enough when it affects the muscles of your eyes. You have this sort of drunken eye look. It's called ptosis. When it affects the muscles of your breathing, then it stops you breathing. The other major pathology is when the venom gets into your bloodstream. It prevents your blood from repairing injuries. When blood vessels in a normal patient are damaged by whatever source, there are lots of systems in place to cause that clotting around that damage, and that prevents the blood from leaving the blood vessel and into the system. But what the venom proteins do is not only cause damage to the blood vessel, so now it's leaking, so it's now leaking, the blood is leaking out.
Lots of bleeding.
Yes, lots of bleeding, and it stops the repair system, so you continue to bleed copiously. Often what we see in patients is bleeding from the gums, and that's one of the first signs that the person has been bitten by that kind of snake. And a classic example of that in Africa is the source girl viper that we saw.
I see.
And the issue there is that if you can see bleeding from the gums, it's very likely the person is bleeding throughout their body.
Oh.
And when you start bleeding in the brain because of this envenoming, then patients will often die.